All right, I'm going to do one of the homework problems with you where we're solving. You know we're solving because there's this equal sign. We're solving by factoring. First thing you need to make sure you have is that the equation equals 0. So since this 9's on this side, the easiest thing I can do is just subtract 9 from both sides. That way you get 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 9. All of that's equal to 0. So we want that to equal 0. We're good there. At this point, we do what we've been doing all unit. We're going to factor. So 4 terms. That tells me to go ahead and split it first after I look for my Gray's common factor. Forgive me, I should have done my Gray's common factor first. So Gray's common factor of all 4 terms is just 1. So then you would split it. At this point, now I find my Gray's common factor of these first 2 terms. So 2x cubed and 3x squared, Gray's common factor is x squared. And you would end up with 2x plus 3. The Gray's common factor of your second pair of numbers would be negative 3. And you would end up with a positive, so negative 6 divided by negative 3 is positive 2x. Negative 9 divided by negative 3 is a positive 3. Now they're the same, that's good. So we would have 2x plus 3 that I factor out. And then you're left over with x squared minus 3. Now recall, anytime you see an exponent that's still in the parentheses, you need to check to see if this factors down more. Now since this is an even exponent, it could be a difference of perfect squares. However, 3 is not a perfect square. So it actually doesn't factor down more. We're done there. But now we have to actually solve. Okay? So remember, this all still equals 0. Now, to solve this, since this is equal to 0, anytime you multiply anything by 0, your answer will be 0. So if we can get this entire factor right here equal to 0, or find the 0 of this factor, then this entire equation will equal 0. So I'm going to go ahead and solve. I set 2x plus 3 equal to 0. So I subtract 3. Then I divide by 2. And I end up that x is equal to negative 3 over 2. So that's one of my solutions. Then I go to x squared minus 3 and I do the same thing. If I set x squared minus 3 equal to 0, I add 3. Since it's squared though, I need to take a square root. And then you just need to remember that when you take a square root, you have 2 different answers. You have a positive answer that works and a negative answer that works. So we put that plus or minus sign in front anytime we take a square root. Okay, so don't forget that. So that means we actually have 3 answers. We have negative 3 over 2, we have positive square root of 3, and we also have negative square root of 3. And then you'd be done.